Okay, that weren't a funny face and that weren't put on. That's actually our sneeze. So we'll just count that one, all right? This is going to be the third and final part to the simulation station on the subject and topic of simulation theory. I thought I was done, but then I realised there was a lot that I didn't do. So we're going to do it now. So there's ways to hack reality. You see, it's another thing that seems like science fiction, but it's not. This is not an artificial thing. It is because the reality we're hacking is artificial, but the means to do it is organic. Okay, so this is something that you won't need me to tell you, because if you're even remotely close to realizing that all this is remote controlled, then you would have seen this already. You would have witnessed this already. You see, when you start to notice all this, so do the others start to notice that you notice it. Okay? So you're going to have a lot of DDs in your life, a lot of dead dandelions causing you strife. Okay? More than ever. It's just how it is. See it as a compliment. You know, it's like when people insult you. I don't know about you, but I'm one of these human beings for some reason where when I meet someone, they either absolutely adore me, and they want to almost like baby me and look after me. I don't know what that is. Male, female, same thing. What, son? It's just this thing, right? Or it's a complete opposite. They can't fucking stand me. They don't even know why. They're like, I don't know what it is about you. I just don't fucking like you, mate. It's so strange, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if you've had that or if you have that, but take it as a compliment because all it does show you is you're not a fucking NPC. You're not an organic portal. You're not an empty seater. You're not a human prison bar. Okay? But when you start to realise all this, and you start putting your fucking hand through the wall, yeah, you'll start to notice that they notice. All right? And they will put as many of them prison bars in your way as they can. Life will become a lot harder. Don't you let that discourage you, though. Okay? It has to become harder. It wouldn't be worth it, would it? So, what do I mean by hacking reality? Okay. See, when I tell you, you'll go, oh, well, that's obvious. But they've put us in such a a debasement of simulation of reality that we see it as make believe. But the problem is that's why it's called make believe, because you can make it happen with your belief. Yeah, I'm fucking nuts, right? Okay. So for example, since all this lockdown shit, I've utilised that time to not focus on it, but instead to focus on everything that I never have. Okay? Like making these videos. Like finally getting my sculptures off the ground. Literally. Like becoming healthier, more intelligent, more humorous, more loving, more doting. To rid my body of poison. These are things that I never knew I could do. But I hacked reality. I sat there. I didn't even sit there. I weren't sitting anywhere. That's the point. You get rid of that. You're not here for a minute. You know. It feel like hours, but it's only a minute. It's what this life is. It feels like a lifetime, but time does not exist. It's a concept of the simulation. Again, might sound a bit, ooh, a bit out there. Is it? Who come along one day and went up? So just, everyone, just so you all know, it is 6:23 p.m. PM. Yeah. Do you hear me over there, other side of the world? Yeah, cool. Right. Oh. No. You see what I mean? No one knows. They just pretend they do. The ones that think they know only think it. Do you understand? So, don't expect there to be easiness with truth, because there isn't. Because the ones that know it to be true have to live the lie, and they'll defend that lie by attacking you. Be ready for that, okay? Don't be scared of it. There's nothing to be scared of. The only thing you should be scared of is not knowing the truth. Because then you're fucked. Unless one day you find out. But how late do you want that to be? Ignorance is bliss. It is bliss, but you'll feel it your whole life. Didn't you feel it before? Didn't you always wonder, why does that not feel right? Or why does that feel so right? And you find out, you go, that's why. Live a lie or die with truth. Remember, when you die, you're not actually dying. It's not the end. It's the beginning. Everything's reversed. They reverse everything. Everything and anything. Anything to make you lose hope, faith, belief, the unholy trinity. Hope, faith, and belief. Satan, Lilith, Eve. So, don't let it happen. Because it does happen, don't it? You see it happen to the ones closest to you, when people just change out of nowhere. You know? Well, the same the world. The world will change out of nowhere when you change it. So yeah, hacking reality is making that change. You know that feeling when you're like, fuck me, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just stood up to, it'd be anything. I can't believe I just stood up to the bully in school. I can't believe I just got rid of that horrible fucking psychopathic partner of mine. Never knew I could do that. You're shaking, you know? Wow, that's that. I just defeated my worst fear. I can't believe I just jumped out of that fucking plane. And here I am. Whatever it is, that's you hacking reality. Because your reality is that you are scared of this, or you are in love with this person, or you will never get a better job, or don't believe in your dreams because the realism is you'll never get there. That's the reality of the cube. Okay, you are in your little grid. Doesn't have to be your reality. It's just the default one. Is that what you want? Is that what you need? If you want an easy life, then it probably is what you want and you need. Oh, everyone does. I want an easy life. All I want is passiveness, peacefulness. And remember, peace means silence. I'd love to get along with everyone, but everyone won't get along with you. They won't get along with me. So I won't ask for that. But passiveness and peacefulness, absolutely. With this stuff, it can't happen. It just can't. They won't let it. You will have it eventually, but you've got to fight for it. And they're going to fight you to make sure you don't get it. I'm not fear mongering, I'm telling you the truth. I shouldn't have to. You should know, you should feel it by now. Because it's only got worse. And this is the worst it's ever been. We live in an extraordinary time. But it's exactly that. It's a part of time. It's a part of the concept of time where an extraordinary thing is taking place, which is us as a mass consciousness coming to the realization of what is unreal, what is surreal. You see? So, if you want out of all of this pain, suffering, sadism, and sorrow, you have to keep your heart light. How do you do this? You stay creative. You stay intuitive. You believe in what you are and who you are. No matter what the fuck other people think about what you know and feel. You stay grateful and appreciative that you know this, that you feel this. Do you have any idea how rare you are? Do you think everyone comes to this point in their lives? Most of them never even comprehend it, let alone, oh, well, they're at the end of their life and now they realise it. If that's not tragic enough, they never even saw it coming. You're so lucky, and I don't use that word luck. I don't believe in luck, but I believe you can be lucky. Do you understand? Like, put your belief in another man-made concept, because it is. It's like time and space. But to me, lucky, as in a person being lucky, is to be blessed. Because that's all it really means. You're blessed with a pineal gland that is activated. So activate others, or at least try to show them that they can activate their own. You can't control what people do, say, think, and feel, nor should you try, like I always say. But you can control yourself. You can control yourself to not be controlled by them. That you can do. Because they can't control this and they can't control that. Therefore, your soul is yours as long as you do not sell it. That's why they need consent. Yeah. Don't follow the light. There's another one. You have a near-death experience. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's cliche, but all cliches are later based with truth. As I always say. You see that light, you hear them voices, you do not follow it. Do not follow it. Okay? Part of the simulation station, okay? You recycle yourself, you go back into another body. That's what that's all about. That's why babies are born crying. There's a certain subconscious sense of self, and it knows that it's right back to the beginning to go through this shit again. All this pain, all this suffering, all this sadism, all this sorrow. I'd cry too. I did. So did you. That light is a light because we expect heaven to be exactly that. Who do you think's calling you? It's the father of lies. The mother, nature, mother science, Satan, Saturn, Kronos, the Grim Reaper. Where's that come from? Scooping your soul up with the scythe, soul scalping you, putting you back in ears. And if you're lucky, you'll be where you are now. If you're not, your soul scalped you an organic portal. You won't even know the difference. Maybe that's lucky. I don't think so. I know different. I feel different, but maybe. But that's the Ouroboros cycle. Okay, you follow that light. you get beamed back down here by the moon. Simple Simon way of putting it, but that is basically it. There's no need to get theoretical with this stuff. That's what the scientists do, yeah? That's why you don't believe any of it. This is the stuff we should be being taught as children in schools. Do you understand? How to truly be a human being. But they don't do that. They take the hue off the man. So your light's gone and you're just a man. Merely one. Never anything else. But you are. There's a lot more to you than they will ever show you or tell you. That's what hacking reality is in this simulation station, okay? It's not about wishing, and it's not really about luck. It's about your focus, your hope, your faith, your belief. When you align all this, and you align your mind and your heart, as I say, you follow your compass, your soul. They say follow your heart. Your heart can misdirect you, but your instinct won't. Your instinct's your soul. You are your imagination. You know that? However you imagine yourself to be, you wouldn't be able to imagine that person if it wasn't someone that you already could be. Do you understand that? How could you imagine it then? If you can imagine it, you can bring that imagination to fruition. You can materialize it, especially in a fake, false, counterfeit simulation. This is just exactly that. It's a simulation station. It is a station. We are moving through it. We're not there yet. We haven't met our destination, okay? Unless you want it to be here. They want you to want it to be here. Because you're feeding the divine feminine. By doing so, you're feeding the unholy trinity. We're batteries, we are. I don't like doing the matrix thing because everyone does it. But it is pretty much that. There's not much more to it than it. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that in. Sorry for making it a three-part. It wasn't meant to be, but every time I stopped, I realised there was more that I felt I might be able to help you all with, and hopefully be helped back with as well. As I say, you don't agree, you disagree, let me know. And if you do agree, maybe there's something you can teach me. Because I'm learning, and I always will be, until we get out of here. And then I think the lesson's learned. Until then, we've got to keep teaching each other. Because that's what mass consciousness is. Again, it sounds new age and like, ooh, no, it's not. It's not. You teach me, I teach you. There you go. Now there's more to you, isn't there? You've incorporated something on top of what you already had. See? And that person's incorporated something that you knew, you felt, but they now know and feel too. You spread that, you have mass consciousness. It's already occurred. Or we would not be doing this. So, keep your fists up, keep your chin up. Alright? The fight is not over until we say so. Not until it has nothing about them or when they say so. But all the time that you believe you're not in one, they're winning. It's spiritual warfare, ladies and gentlemen. This, the simulation, is artificial warfare, but it's being used for spiritual means. Just before we conclude, I've got a little test for you. So if you hold your hand out in front of your face, right? But also angled up so that the sun is behind your hand, you will see that the ray of light that hits your hand will show your eyes this red aura in between your fingers. Yeah? That's because the light is illuminating the red. Yeah? It's illuminating the blood. Yeah, so that is exactly why in every science fiction film, which is always based on science fact, mind, what are the colour of the eyes? Whether it be a machine, a robot, cyborg, red. They're not actually red. They're powered by adrenochrome. They're powered by blood. They're powered by loose energy. They're powered by our heart chakra. Okay? It's the light that's beaming on the blood that's showing them to be the colour red. Weird, I know. But think about it. But don't think about it. If you don't know it and you don't feel it, then don't believe it. But this stuff just gets more obvious the more of it that you find. It stops you from being lost. It really does. So, in regards to the theory of waking life that I opened this subject and topic with, my opinion on nightmares being dreams and dreams being nightmares, I'll close with this. How liberating and invigorating would it feel when we finally awaken from this reality? If a dream, upon awakening, feels like a nightmare because it was all that goodness wasn't really real, see? But then you wake up to reality with all this evil. And if a nightmare does the exact opposite, and when you awake, you're so happy that it was exactly that, a nightmare, even though you're still left with this reality once again, then just how is it going to feel when you finally know it and feel it for what this reality really is? A simulation. The ones within it, you and I, the ones you love and love you, they're real and that's real. What you feel and what you know for them, or what they know and feel for you. So don't be trying to exit this place until the lock is unlocked, because you'll end up just going right back into it, into the reincarnation cycle. There is a way out. And it's coming, brothers and sisters. Just be ready for it. Don't force it, because that's what they do. They force all this on us. We've had no choice. We never even knew, did we? But we felt it, and now we know too. So, how about we bend that fucking rod? How about we snap that blade? with a shield of truth. All the best.